Welcome, beloveds. Today, I invite you into a sacred remembrance that expansion is not something that you chase, it is something you remember. Jupiter is not outside of you, it is breathing within you, waiting for your conscious embrace. Welcome to the Blueprint of My 1% channel. Wow, we are here. Well, I just had a download that I want to share with you guys, right? And we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I just got off my Instagram live that I decided to come on here very, very much improvised with a download that I want to share with you guys regarding the planet Jupiter, right? And I, instantly wanted to come on here and say that I want to make the impractical practical, right? And there's three things that I want to go over that I was able to capture in the download that I was able to receive. And there's three things that came to mind in my download, and that's assigning Jupiter to your energy field, right? It's already within your energy field, but you have to assign it, and then you have to energetically align to Jupiter within your energy field, and I'm going to explain that. And then we're going to talk about the ancestral inheritance of Jupiter within your energy field through epigenetics. So we're going to talk about those three things in regards to your wealth dial. Now, this is another compilation of where I talk about wealth dial because a lot of people think that, we always talk about you gotta, work hard, right? You gotta work hard. And then another vibrational essence of understanding that you gotta work smart. But the truth of the matter is that we are always in alignment, right? So when you're working hard, you're in alignment to working hard, right? When you're working smart, you're in an energetic alignment to working smart. But when you're in energetic alignment to fluidity of abundance, that too is an energetic alignment. So you're always in energetic alignment, right? And so we're going to get into the wealth dial of understanding of the entrepreneurial aspect of being, how we're going to understand our wealth dial, that you are the wealth that you seek because you're always in energetic alignment. But we're going to understand the fundamentals to that, to which is not really explained. As I said in my IG live, we're going to make the impractical practical. And these are the three things that I was able to capture within my download that I'm going to the best of my ability to give you improvised explanation of, to the best of my ability. And I encourage you, as I said in my Instagram live, that the key thing is that I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't ask questions. That's the key, is to ask questions. So when you have someone that has the right, the passage, the right to the passage of, to the gate, you ask the questions, and they say, oh, you don't question God, or you don't question. Oh yeah, you do questions, because this is where now you are. The questions is what is saying that you are seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be open. So when you start asking the questions to a person that has the keys, that gives you the accessibility to these portals or these energetic portals and the gates, this is where now you are open. You are now becoming open to receive the frequencies and what it is necessary to become aligned, to the frequencies that is going to give you the permission, not necessarily the permission, but to be able to energetically align to where it is that you now want to ascend vibrationally, to have the accessibility to be able to experience the reality. Okay. So now, once you begin to understand who you are, you're ready to ascend into different heights of vibration so that you can be able to now shift your wealth dial from working hard to working smart, which is also an aligning aspect of being. Now you want to begin to shift your dial into a more essence of a more fluid state. And the more fluid state of being, from working hard to working smart, is now you're going to begin to reposition how your planetary alignments are positioned in your energy field. Now, this is a whole different type of conversation because I know a lot of times people talk about astrological things and within the houses and all of a what your planet, how I don't get into all of that. Nor do I understand it in that way. So for those of you guys who are already somewhat acclimated about what planet does what and why and what it represents, then you're somewhat already ahead of the curve in what these particular planet, what type of frequency these planet houses and what it does, and what positionings these particular planet houses. And we do know that the positioning of Jupiter, right, is the planet of abundance, is the planet of wealth, but where is this particular planet positioning? Where is this energetic point of this particular planet is positioned within your own energy field? So just like how Earth is, this is where the truth of plain sight is positioned. Earth has its planetary system where it has its Jupiter, and where is it where is it positioned, and how is it positioned in its field of energy, right? In its energy field. And when it comes to it, when it sheds light to say, Jupiter is now in this position, it's telling us that we have our own, even though we don't see it and it's within the unseen of self, it still has its own positioning. So we can assign how we want to now position ourselves within our energetic field. But even though we may assign how we want it to be positioned, and we may now want to position ourselves energetically within our Jupiter field, our energy point of Jupiter, we still have to vibrationally align to that positioning of what Jupiter represents energetically. Okay, and so that's the essence of what does that mean. Okay, what does that alignment mean in terms of what does Jupiter represent in the essence of alignment? Okay, and so therefore, once you understand what Jupiter represents in the essence of alignment, you have to now say, okay, well, what do I need to rid myself of in the mundane sense of understanding within the third dimensional mind with the distorted sense of understanding? Because a lot of us, the reason why we can't position we can assign Jupiter in our energetic field, but then now we have to align ourselves with what energy frequency Jupiter represents itself to be vibrationally. And so in order for us to align ourselves positionally into what the energy field of Jupiter represents vibrationally, we have to rid ourselves of a lot of distorted vibrations that keeps us from aligning vibrationally to what Jupiter represents energetically, vibrationally, and in frequency. Okay, and so that is where now you, the being, have to say, okay, what am I believing in? What is holding me back vibrationally? What am I tethered to? So this is where you now have to begin to do the inner work to know, what is holding me back? Because a lot of times, if you do not already have, this is where the another thing, the ancestral inheritance comes into part. If you are in a state of unawareness, if you don't already have the ancestral inheritance of lineage that just automatically aligns you in frequency to the inheritance frequency of Jupiter, where you just naturally aligns to the frequency of Jupiter, where wealth automatically comes easy to you, then yes, you are going to have to rid yourself of a lot of mundane vibrational tethers that you have in order to naturally align yourself to the vibration of how can I say to the planet frequency, or that inner frequency that you are now trying to assign yourself to. So this is how you begin to make what is impractical practical by how you understand your Jupiter self within your energy field. And this is what is not, this is why we have a lot of struggles, because you are the wealth Tao that you seek. And this is why we have a lot of the struggles, because we don't understand the metaphysical principle and how some people are naturally, innately able to acquire wealth. And we say, oh, he's lucky, naturally, maybe because of their natural innate inheritance within their frequencies, within their lineage, and what a lot of people call the epigenetics within their frequencies. They already inherited the abundance frequency within their epigenetics, and a lot of people don't understand that through lineage, right? And so this is where they say, and then sometimes and this is why they say this is where generational curses or generational wealth. Okay. And so therefore, if you understood, where the neuromelanated being, now we're starting to see a lot of that starting to lighten itself up within the neuromelanated aspect of being now, where you're starting to see a lot of the wealth curses starting to lift and become a little bit lighter. It's not as dense anymore, because we're starting to see a lot of the generational wealth starting to play itself more prominent in, and we're starting to see a lot of this is where now you're seeing a lot of the younger generations are now instant millionaires, because they are coming in already coded in frequency to lift that curse of wealth. This is why, a lot of kids are not saying, I'm not working for 30 years to become a millionaire. They're coming in to lift that curse of 30 years. I got to work for 30 years to get a pension. That mentality is clear. Like, that is no longer viable. That's not a viable sense of understanding of like, oh, I got to work 30 years to just get, no, that's out the window. That's not viable anymore. These young beings that are now coming onto the scene are becoming instant millionaires to relieve that cursed aspect, or that dense aspect within the lineage, to relieve that cursed, or that dense aspect. And so that point of reference of Jupiter is now becoming a little bit more repositioned to the heart chakra, instead of being so far away positioned in the energy field. Now it's more aligned closely to what we call earth, or the heart chakra, or more closer to the energy body, than that to which is so far away from the Jupiter being so far away from earth, or the heart chakra, or the energy body, if that makes any sense. And like I said to you guys, if you guys don't understand what it is that I'm saying, drop these questions down in the comment section of the video, and then I'll go onto Instagram, and then we'll do a live there, so that I can better expound upon what it is that you have a question about in this live. Because like I said, I have the keys, and I'm not here to gatekeep anything. It is to really now bring a sense of understanding to why we are not prospering or thriving. That is of no more. We are here to thrive. Okay, we're here to thrive, and so it's about bringing the impractical and making it practical, where we can begin to understand it. There's no more gatekeeping. The gatekeeping, that shit is over. It's done. It is done. We are here to have a clear and cogent sense of understanding of why our Jupiter has been positioned in a sense of not being able to be aligned because we first did not know that we could reposition it. So we've actually been moving from a sense of default, and the default programming is what we've been told. And we never knew that we could assign the positioning of how we wanted our planetary aspect within our energy field to be. And so we never knew that we could reassign, right? That was first of all. And secondly, then reassign and then become aligned. And so what it is that we needed to do after reassigning, and then we align vibrationally, what it is that we needed to do to align, right? And then understand what the inheritance is. And so if you look at from an external value of how the inheritances have come about with generational wealth, and how, many of them have come into the ability to, get the, how can I say, the keys, to just be wealthy, okay? And naturally so, without having really have a sense of the ability to ascend, they just naturally come into wealth. It's because of their epigenetics or their lineage within the frequency within their DNA. So everything is metaphysical. Everything is energy, frequency, vibration. And so this channel, the Blueprint of My 1%, is going to go into that. A lot of the information that has been given throughout, it's all true. It's all truths, but it has a lot of density into it. But what we're doing right now is going to take a lot of the density out of it. And so I'm just going to I'm going to leave this with that because I've said a lot, but these are the three things that came to my mind in terms of the download: is that you assign, you energetically align, and you have an ancestral inheritance. And these are the three things. And then we're going to, whatever questions that comes along with you guys listening to this particular video, we're going to talk about it in the live, okay? And so this is how we're going to grow into the essence of entrepreneurship and understanding how you now begin to shift your wealth dial by understanding who you are as an energetic being, having a human experience, and why the scarcity dial is vibrational in nature, and you, the being, have the ability to shift that dial into the abundance pattern once you become aware as to why you are in the scarcity mind, how you got to the scarcity mind, why you chose the scarcity mind, why you chose the scarcity state of being. It's not a good or bad thing. It's a divine choice. And the divinity that went along with it. It's not a bad thing, okay? It's actually quite a loving state once you get it into a vibrational state of understanding that it is through divine unconditional love as to why you are that you chose that reality. But that's a whole nother rationale sense of understanding. One of the things that I'm going to say with this channel, one of the main catalyst reasons why I chose to do the Blueprint of My 1% is the real reason why you want to attain wealth is because a lot of people really truly just want to be free, and money is really like the real reason. Like, you think money is a key to freedom, okay? And then of course it gives you the pretenses of the illusion that you can buy nice things and you can go places, but it's really, money is the key to the equivalency of what the soul really is, and that's free. So the how can I say, the equivalent in the material world is that money gives you the equivalent to who you really truly are, energetically, vibrationally, and in frequency, right? And what we made true is that the only way that it appeared to be that to which that only the Vanderbilts or the Rockefellers, the 1% or whatever the case may be, were the only ones that were able to attain that level of freedom. And we made it true. And it still is a truth because we continue to make it true. But we're going to make other valuable truths true. And we're going to make what has been impractical, now practical. So with that being said, I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I want, a little bit of what I've said here to be made for room for discussion. So if you have any questions, put all of the questions in the comment section. So if you like what you've heard so far, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to comment. So like, comment, and subscribe. And also put the comments in the comment part of the video and say that, Patrice, go to IG so we can do a live because I have a question. And I'll definitely, because of course I can't do, unless until I'm able to get to 50 subscribers, I can't do a live over here as of yet. So if you do put that you want me to do a live, or I can do a live on Divine Words of Wisdom. I have a channel called Divine Words of Wisdom too. I can do a live over there if you would prefer that. But if you want me to go to Instagram, I can do Instagram live. So either. If you want me to do a live on Divine Words of Wisdom's channel, I can do it live over on YouTube, Divine Words of Wisdom. You can put that there. Or I can do a live for Instagram. Same Divine Words of Wisdom over there too as well. So either, just let me know and I'll go over there and do a live, or I'll do a live on Divine Words of Wisdom YouTube. But either way, just let me know. All right. So with that being said, I hope I brought some value to just giving you guys some information about that. And as I said, I'm just going to give you little bits, bite size of information as we grow. Because I don't want to give you too much to kind of overwhelm you, but just those three things: a sign, a line, and ancestral inheritance. Those three things. And I will grow more and more into explaining those things as we begin to grow. But entrepreneurship is the freedom, and this is what a lot of the children that are being born into this experience is bringing in frequency to alleviate a lot of the density into the lineage, right? So that we can have that sense of natural attraction or a natural alignment to the wealth dial, so that you can still have the experience in a lower vibrational state, in somewhat of a sense of unawareness, right? And still experience a low vibrational state in a sense of unawareness without the density of having such a drastic sense of scarcity, right? So you can naturally attract wealth and still experience a low vibrational state in a sense, in a state of unawareness, right? Without such, drastic scarcities, right? And that's where these new kids on the block is coming in and changing that lineage wise. All right. So with that being said, thank you. And we shall do this again, and have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful day. May you remember that you are the living breath of expansion. May you no longer wait for permission to overflow with light. May the codes of your lineage, your soul, and your sovereign breath now rise in full remembrance. You are the assignment. You are the expansion. And the scroll of Jupiter now breathes